the top 10 richest basketball players in 2025, from hoop dreams to dollar dreams. Let's be honest, basketball isn't just about dunking on your opponent anymore. It's about dunking on life. The NBA has evolved from a league of athletes into a billion-dollar playground, where a silky jumper can buy you a mansion, and a killer crossover might just lead to a private jet. In 2025, the richest basketball players aren't just hoopers. They're brands, moguls, entrepreneurs, and in some cases, living legends whose sneakers are still more famous than half the players in the league today. These men turn sweat into stacks, fast breaks into fat checks, and buzzer beaters into bank accounts. So grab your popcorn, adjust your Gucci shades, and let's count down the top 10 richest basketball players in 2025. 10. Stephen Curry. Net worth approximately $240 million. Age 37. Teams Golden State Warriors. Endorsements Under Armour, Lifetime. Subway, Chase Bank. Investments Unanimous Media, golf and tech startups. Steph Curry didn't just change basketball, he changed geometry. Kids on playgrounds around the world suddenly thought the three-point line wasn't far enough. But while he's busy breaking records, Curry has also been breaking into the world of big money. His lifetime deal with Under Armour alone is worth hundreds of millions, giving him not just royalties, but his own brand within the company. Add in his production company, Unanimous Media, which pushes out movies, TV shows, and documentaries, and you've got a baller who's basically building an empire while still pulling up from 40 feet. Oh, and did we mention his love of golf? Curry invests heavily in the sport, funding startups and even organizing tournaments. So if you ever wonder where Curry's money goes, picture him sinking threes by day and 12-foot birdie putts by night. 9. Grant Hill. Net worth approximately $250 million. Age 52. Teams Pistons, Magic, Suns, Clippers. Endorsements Fila, Lifetime. Sprite, McDonald's. Investments co-owner of Atlanta Hawks, real estate. Grant Hill might have had his career slowed by injuries, but financially, the man ran the fast break. Back in the 90s, Hill was the face of Fila. And guess what? That deal never really ended. He's still cashing checks from a lifetime agreement with the brand. But Hill didn't stop there. He became a co-owner of the Atlanta Hawks, showing that his love for the game extends way beyond the court. He's also dipped deep into real estate, making moves that would make Monopoly players jealous. Fun fact, Grant Hill is so polished and professional that he could easily be mistaken for a CEO in a tailored suit at Wall Street. Except, his jump shot is still better than yours. 8. Hakeem Olajuwon. Net worth $300 to $320 million. Age 62. Teams Houston Rockets, Toronto Raptors. Endorsements Nike, Spalding. Investments real estate empire in Houston. Hakeem the Dream didn't just leave defenders spinning in circles with his legendary footwork. He also spun his NBA earnings into a serious fortune. After retiring, Hakeem dove headfirst into real estate, and boy did it pay off. His empire in Houston is massive, stretching across commercial and residential projects worth hundreds of millions. Olajuwon also worked with Nike back in his playing days and continues to teach the Dream Shake to current NBA stars who happily pay for his wisdom. Basically, Hakeem turned post moves into post-retirement moves. If money made a dream team, the Dream would still be the starting center. 7. Kevin Durant. Net worth $300 to $350 million. Age 36. Teams OKC Thunder, Warriors, Nets, Suns. Endorsements Nike, 2K Sports, and Google. Investments 35 Ventures, Boardroom, MLS stake, Philadelphia Union. Kevin Durant is one of the most unstoppable scorers in basketball history, but when it comes to wealth, his scoring never stops either. His Nike deal is worth a fortune, and his venture capital firm, 35 Ventures, is constantly dropping buckets in the business world. Through his media platform Boardroom, KD has built a space that mixes sports, culture, and business. Because why settle for scoring on defenders when you can score on Wall Street too? He even owns a stake in Philadelphia Union, an MLS team, proving he's not just investing in basketball, but also football, the real one. Durantula doesn't just drain threes, he drains profit margins. 6. Russell Westbrook. Net worth $300 to $460 million. Age 36. Teams: Thunder, Rockets, Wizards, Lakers, Clippers. Endorsements: Jordan Brand, Pepsi. Investments: real estate, clothing lines, startups. Russell Westbrook might be known for his explosive triple-doubles and fearless style, but his business game is just as explosive. With career earnings north of $300 million and a Jordan Brand shoe line, Westbrook is banking almost as much as he's banking shots. Off the court, he's a fashion mogul. His clothing line and fashion ventures have turned him into the NBA's unofficial runway king. Add in some smart real estate moves and startup investments, and suddenly Brody is one of the wealthiest players alive. Fun fact: Westbrook's fashion fits sometimes cost more than your entire apartment. But hey, that's what happens when you're sitting on close to $500 million. 5. Vinnie Johnson, net worth around $500 million. Age 69. Teams: Supersonics, Pistons, Spurs. Endorsements: limited. Investments: founder of Piston Group. Wait, Vinnie Johnson? Yes, the microwave himself. While he wasn't the flashiest player on the court, Johnson has cooked up one of the most successful post-basketball careers in history. He founded Piston Group, an automotive supply company that exploded into a billion-dollar enterprise. Today, it's one of the largest black-owned businesses in America. Johnson doesn't need sneaker deals or TV contracts. His empire alone is worth billions. The moral of the story: you don't need to be the GOAT on the hardwood to become a heavyweight in the boardroom. 4. Shaquille O'Neal, net worth around $501 million. Age 53. Teams: Magic, Lakers, Heat, and more. Endorsements: Reebok, Icy Hot, Papa John's. Investments: 150 franchises, Papa John's board, TV host. Shaq isn't just a man, he's a corporation. He's everywhere. You turn on TV, Shaq. You open Instagram, Shaq. You order pizza, Shaq. You go to the gym, Shaq owns it. The big fella has more businesses than he has championship rings, and that's saying something. He owns stakes in Papa John's, hundreds of franchises from Five Guys to car washes, and has TV gigs on Inside the NBA that keep him in the spotlight. Shaq's personality is so big that even his bank account struggles to contain it. If charisma could be monetized, Shaq would have hit $1 trillion by now. 3. LeBron James, net worth around $1.2 to $1.3 billion. Age 40. Teams: Cavs, Heat, and Lakers. Endorsements: Nike, Lifetime, Beats by Dre, PepsiCo. Investments: Spring Hill Entertainment, Blaze Pizza, and Fenway Sports Group. LeBron isn't just chasing rings anymore, he's chasing commas. The man has turned the king into a global business brand. His lifetime deal with Nike is one of the most lucrative contracts in sports history, ensuring that every time someone laces up a pair of LeBrons, he's stacking millions. But sneakers are just the beginning. Through his media company, Spring Hill Entertainment, LeBron has produced movies, TV shows, and documentaries, including the Space Jam reboot and projects that highlight culture, sports, and social justice. He's not just in the game, he's shaping the conversation around it. Then there's his ownership stake via Fenway Sports Group, giving him a seat at the table with the Boston Red Sox, Liverpool FC, and other major franchises. LeBron isn't just playing sports, he's owning them. And when it comes to food, let's not forget his genius investment in Blaze Pizza, where a small early stake turned into tens of millions. Imagine walking into a pizza joint and realizing the guy behind the counter, financially speaking, is LeBron James. And here's the kicker. While most athletes build their fortunes after they retire, LeBron is doing it while still playing at the highest level. At 40 years old, he's still breaking records, still cashing massive NBA checks, and still proving that his longevity isn't just about basketball, it's about business too. When the dust finally settles, LeBron may not just be remembered as the NBA's all-time leading scorer, but the king of business. A man who showed that you can dominate on the court and in the boardroom without ever slowing down. 2. Magic Johnson. Net worth around $1.5 billion. Age 66, teams Lakers, endorsements Converse and Pepsi, investments Magic Johnson Enterprises, Starbucks, LA Dodgers, and LAFC stakes. Magic turned his dazzling passes into dazzling profits. After retiring, he didn't just dabble in business, he dominated it. His company, Magic Johnson Enterprises, grew into a powerhouse with investments in everything from movie theaters to Starbucks franchises to real estate to professional sports teams. In fact, Magic was one of the first NBA stars to realize that his influence could stretch far beyond the hardwood. He saw untapped markets, especially in underserved communities, and built businesses that not only made him rich, but also created jobs and opportunities for thousands of people. That vision turned him into a pioneer for athlete entrepreneurs. Today, he's a co-owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers and LAFC, and he's been linked to other major ownership bids in the NFL and NBA. Few retired athletes can say they still sit at the table of billion-dollar negotiations, but Magic does it with the same smile he used when running Showtime fast breaks. At this point, Magic is less of a basketball player and more of a global tycoon, a man whose influence is as respected in boardrooms as it once was in arenas. His net worth isn't just a number, it's proof that turning opportunities into gold is his greatest trick of all. Number 1. Michael Jordan. Net worth $3.6 to $3.8 billion. Age 62. Teams Bulls, Wizards. Endorsements Nike, the Jordan brand, Gatorade, Hanes, McDonald's. Investments Jordan brand royalties, Hornets, former, tequila, restaurants, and at number 1, was there ever any doubt? Michael Jordan isn't just the richest basketball player, he's one of the richest athletes in the entire history of sports. His partnership with Nike birthed the legendary Jordan brand, a cultural powerhouse that brings him more than $260 million every single year in royalties. To put that into perspective, some active NBA players don't make that in their entire careers, and MJ is pocketing it annually just by being MJ. But he didn't stop at sneakers. His former ownership of the Charlotte Hornets turned into a billion-dollar payday when he sold his majority stake in 2023. Add to that his Cincoro tequila brand, a chain of luxury restaurants, and a series of smart, diversified investments, and Jordan has built an empire so massive, it makes everyone else look like they're still playing with Monopoly money. What's crazy is that his fortune doesn't just come from basketball. It comes from branding, business instincts, and the cultural weight of being Michael Jordan. He turned Air Jordan into a global lifestyle, a symbol of excellence and aspiration that still dominates generations after his retirement. Even in his 60s, Jordan is the blueprint of athletic wealth. The man went from flying through the air to flying private jets, from dominating the NBA Finals to dominating Forbes lists. And let's be real, he never stopped winning. If basketball is the game, Jordan proved long ago that money is the championship he's been holding on to ever since. The real final buzzer. And there you have it, the 10 richest basketball players in 2025. From Curry's three-point empire to Jordan's billion-dollar sneaker throne, these men prove that basketball is more than a sport. It's a launch pad into generational wealth. They dribbled past poverty, dunked on doubt, and cashed checks so big even the scoreboard couldn't keep up. Some did it through endorsements, others through business empires, but all of them remind us of one thing. When you mix passion with smart investments, the results are legendary. So here's the real question. Who will be the next player to join this list? Maybe Giannis? Maybe Luka? Or maybe the kid shooting threes on your neighborhood court right now? If you enjoyed this countdown of basketball's wealthiest legends, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, because just like these players, we're only going up from here.